Hello everybody, I'm Izabela and I'm going to show you how I made the project called Turtle Island. In this first part, I'm going to show you how I made the pot. I used the granite clay from PSH and it was quite hard clay. So I decided to roll it sideways, but it wasn't really stretching as normal clay would. After I finished rolling the slab, I cut out a circle from clay. Then I smoothed out the circle of clay with the bat and I cut out another smaller circle inside. Let's take a look inside. I used the bats as a template for my cutting, as a guide for my knife. So now I'm lifting out the inner circle while making sure to keep the outer circle flat on the bottom. The cutout circle will be my base and the outer larger circle will be the lip of the pot. I think it's a very simple way of making large round pots, much easier on my wrists than doing it on the pottery wheel. Now I'm going to roll another much more narrower but longer slab for the sides of the pot. I used a metal ruler to cut out two rectangular slabs of clay about an inch height. That will be the sides for my pot. Once everything was cut out and ready, I started scoring and I did not have a slip because it's a new clay that I haven't used before. So I used water instead as a bonding agent, which we'll see in a minute. The water acted as an activator for the clay and it actually created a small, thin layer of slip. So I did not have to worry about whether it's going to hold or not, especially that everything will be reinforced with the coils. So now I'm putting the sides on the pot and it is upside down. So right now the lip is on the bottom and I'm putting the sides. One slab was not enough, so I have to cut out from the other slab. I'm making diagonal cuts. The diagonal cuts will make it more easy for me to attach, and also I feel like it doesn't put as much strain on the whole structure as if I was trying to do a straight down vertical cut. So I'm scoring and slipping the joints. And now it's time to reinforce the structure with using coils. The coils seem to be rolling okay, not as hard as slabs, but not super soft either. So I scored around the lip and around the sides with my scoring tool, and I put some water before putting this coil. I did it off camera. And now I'm attaching the coil into the sides, blending it in, smoothing it in with my finger. After using my finger, I use one of my molding wooden tools And at this point, I have a ficus with me here. It's a Natal ficus from Nigel. And this ficus, I was hoping will be a planting for that pot. So I had it with me the whole time. It was actually back in December 2022, during deep winter when I was making it. Now you can see I've put some items inside the pot, and this is the bottom. And the items are gonna serve as a support so that the bottom is not gonna collapse on me, and I can actually safely put it on and hold it there until it becomes leather hard. So I'm scoring both parts that are gonna be attached here. And using water as sealer, I am now ready to put on the base of the pot. And you can see now how the sponges are a good idea because they can give in. They're not stiff and they're not gonna make dents accidentally. Now we're gonna do a lot of patting to make sure that we remove all the air bubbles from the joint. This is a very important step that will ensure there's going to be no cracks, even if the clay is harder, like this one. And now we're going to smooth out the structure. Fill in with some clay in some areas. I think around the joint I had a little bit of unevenness, so I took bits of clay and put it in and filled it up with my finger, smoothing it out with the rib. After a few hours of break, I came back, flipped it over to reinforce the joint on the inside now. So here is a hyperlapse of that, making a coil, adding water, scoring, smoothing, and using a tool, a wooden tool, so that I don't scratch my fingers off with this very hard clay. Now the pot needs to go upside down again. Wow, it's looking really nice. So I'm gonna do feet, put the feet on this pot, and I've decided to make a round feet that will correspond with the form. And also I put the inner ring just to make sure that all the structure is very sturdy, because there will be a sculpture inside this pot. So overall it's gonna be heavy. And I want to make sure that nothing collapses, cracks, or gives in under the weight in the firing. After cutting the holes, the pot is ready to dry, and in the next part we're gonna see how I made the sculpture of the turtle inside of it. Thanks for joining me. See you in the next video.